I know this is none of my business. Neither of you need my input, but I really believe that Sam needs yours. I mean, if you don't think that you can be a father, then tell her, Jason, because once she gets pregnant, there's no taking that back.
But Sam's still healing from the surgery. We don't even know if she can have a baby at this point.
You obviously feel that your life is too dangerous for a child, or you wouldn't have let Lucky raise your kid.
I know. I thought I was doing what was best for Jake at the time.
But what I don't understand is what's changed. I mean, what will have changed if Sam gets pregnant? I mean, if you couldn't keep a baby safe then, what makes you think you can do it now?
Losing Jake taught me that you can't keep his kids safe all the time. No matter what you do.
Carly and Jax have spent weeks wondering, worrying if their daughter was going to reject the transplant. I mean, it's unimaginable to think that you've done everything you can do and it's still not enough. I mean, you know that better than anybody.
The doctors say Jocelyn's going to be fine.
Jax would like to keep it that way.
Well, then he shouldn't fight for custody because Carly's a good mother.
She would lay down her life for her children. But Jax is worried that the same thing that happened to Sonny's kids will happen to Jocelyn. It's understandable. I mean, Christina's already been kidnapped and almost blew up in an explosion. You have to admit there's a high price to be paid for having a baby with people who do what you do.
So what you're saying is you're fine with me having a baby, just not with Jason.
I honestly didn't come here to pass judgment on Jason. I came here to give you a care package and to offer my condolences, and one thing led to another, and there I am telling him that I respected him for stepping aside to keep Jake safe, which obviously wasn't the right thing to say. So I'll call you later.
Yeah, you know, giving up Jake didn't keep him safe.
I know it didn't. I do know that. What happened to him was a random, tragic, horrible thing that shouldn't happen to anyone, and I know that isn't any consolation to you at this time. And again, I apologize if I mess things up for you right now. I came from Jax, who's worried about the same thing I'm worried about, and I'm now worried about you and this baby that you haven't even decided that you're gonna have yet.
You're right, we have not made any decisions yet.
And I promise you, whatever you decide, I'll support you. Ken, I'm sorry if I said anything to upset anybody, okay? I'll call you and get some rest.
You do need to get some rest, you know. Dr. Lee said not to...
What?
Overdo it.
Oh, come on. I don't think that's gonna happen with the way you and Spinelli hover over me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine, because I was about to offer to make you a sandwich, but I don't want you to think that I'm hovering over you.
Wait a minute. What
What?
kind of sandwich?
I was going to make your specialty. BLT. I was going to burn the toast until it was black, and then I was...
Stop it. I appreciate you. And how you feel, it does matter to me. And if you don't want a baby, Jason, I am okay with that.
I don't want you to deny yourself anything because of me.
Okay. And if we do get to the point that getting pregnant is an option, I want it to be your decision too.
Why don't we just focus on you getting better first, and that's not going to happen unless you get rest.
I'm sorry.
For not being a better patient?
You know that, and because the way my mom just barged in here, I know you're going through so much right now, the last thing you need is to be lectured from her.
She's allowed to be concerned.
I just don't want to cause any more pain.
Never. You're what's getting me through right now. Got your message. What's going on?
Hey, I just want to check in with you. How you doing?
You know.
Yeah. And the Abby situation.
Yeah, Abby. Spinelli's looking for the woman who was contracted to kill Brandon, but nothing yet. We got no leads.
What about Michael?
Michael, Michael's still seeing Abby, and things are about as stable as they're gonna get right now.
What about Carly? Is Jack's still causing trouble like
Yes,
he
a
always does?
preliminary hearing
Yeah.
and joint custody, but you know Jack's not gonna be happy until Jocelyn's with him full time.
That's not gonna happen.
You know what Jax is claiming, right?
Yes, I've heard it a lot from Brenda. Jax has her all riled up saying that her son is not going to be safe living with me.
And how's that going?
I'm trying to give her some space. I want her to get to know her son, but she seems afraid of him in a weird way. She hired a nanny.
I mean, it's a lot to wrap your head around.
One day she thinks her son's dead. Next thing, she's the mother of a 3-year-old. And then Suzanne takes the kid, disappears. And here's I took Carly, as you probably know, to find her son.
You needed her help. It made
Well, I
sense.
mean, I thought, yeah, but Brenda it's like a war. I mean, she's at me all the time saying that now I don't tell her everything.
Brenda knows how this business works.
Knowing it and living it are two different things.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you get up.
Oh, I'm not on bed rest. Dr. Lee just wants me to take it easy. Come in.
Yeah, well, I'm sure your idea and Dr. Lee's idea of taking it easy are not the same thing. Will you please promise me no rappelling off buildings just for 2 weeks?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Came back because I didn't like the way I left things, and I honestly wasn't trying to interfere in your life.
You were right,
About what?
Jason. I mean, Jason, he does want to make me happy, even though the thought of having another child is killing him. When Jason gave up Jake, I'm sure he thought that one day he would get older, the truth would come out, and we would be able to have some sort of a relationship the way you and I do now. But Jake's gone, and Jason's never going to have that chance.
Are you thinking about having this baby because you think it's going to make Jason feel better?
No one can ever replace Jake. I know that. But if I did get pregnant, it would give Jason a purpose, something to focus on, keep his grief from swallowing him whole.
So do you want to have this baby because you want Jason to feel better or because you really want to have a family?
I don't know. I've never had that moment. You know, I was never able to look my baby in the eyes and tell her how much I love her, because when I woke up from surgery, she was gone. I've had years to process this pain, and I still miss her.
And you always will because she's a part of you the same way that Jake is a part of Jason.
Yeah, I know. Oh, maybe it's just too soon for all of this.
Listen to me. I am not trying to talk you out of having a baby. I just want you to give it a lot of consideration because in the end, sweetie, it's your decision.
It is true that when Brenda agreed to marry you, she didn't have a son to think about.
Yeah. I never wanted another child. I mean, watching Michael Morgan, Christina suffer because of the life that I chose. I mean, you know, right? I mean, that's why you gave up Jake, to let Lucky raise him. If you had to do it over again, would you do it differently?
I regret the time that I didn't get to spend with Jake. But you know what? I can't answer that because Elizabeth never wanted this life, and I wasn't gonna force it on her. It wouldn't have been fair.
I gotta be honest with you. You know, even before we found out about Brenda's son, I had my doubts whether she could live with guards and rules and, you know, looking back, that's why I left her at the altar. You know, I didn't do it because I didn't love her. I did it because she would never give me up. So I'd help her. And I thought this time we could really make it work. But a child changes everything. I can't guarantee that I can keep her son safe. So maybe the best thing for me to do is to just go to her, as hard as that would be, and just say to her, hey, for your son's sake, maybe we shouldn't be together.
Can you live with that?
I don't know.